What is up, everybody? Today I'm going to be discussing the home inspection. Now, the home inspection has three different categories that falls under it. You have the 4-point inspection, the actual buyer's inspection report, and the wind mitigation report, which I will break all of this down for you guys. First things first, I 100% of the time recommend getting an inspector. I don't care if it's a new construction, it's your first time getting a property, if it's an investor, any single time you're buying a property, get an inspection. It is a big deal. You want to make sure that somebody comes in and gives you a report of the entire property, from as little as minor details to as big as is the roof and even in good condition. I understand a lot of people just want to get in and close on the home, but you need to get an inspection. Yes, it can range from $300 to $600 depending on the size of the home, but do get it, because for insurance purposes, you do need the 4-point report and the wind mitigation report. But not only that, having the buyer's inspection report, knowing every little nook and cranny of that home, knowing what a professional says about every single part of the home is needed. Get an inspector, ask your realtor, always get an inspection. Even if it's a 3-day inspection period window, because not only that, the inspection period allows you to get your deposit back. So if you're buying a home for $400,000, unless you put $10,000 deposit down, if you don't have an inspection period, there are chances you can lose that money. That inspection period allows you to back out. It's like your buyer's remorse period. You can back out because there's issues, or you can literally back out and be like, I don't like the home anymore. I don't want anymore. So you get your deposit back. But after that inspection period, there's only certain things like loan denials or not getting approved by the association or the appraiser coming back way lower. Like, there's a few things that can get your deposit back. But that window of opportunity you have to back out, if you decide to get your deposit back, this is what that's there for. Even if it's a basic inspection, always have an inspection. 3 days, 7 days, just do it. Now, to get into the reports. So let's start off with the 4-point. Now, a 4-point is, as it says, they are inspecting 4 different parts of the home, and this is major for you buying a home. Yes, it's beautiful if it's renovated, but the structure of the home is the most important. So what they look at is your roofing, your AC, your plumbing, and your electrical. Now, with those 4 points, with the roofing, for example, roofing will tell you what type of roof it is, how long it's lasted, the material that it's made out of. And the roof, to me, is the biggest part of buying a home, because the roof is the most expensive. If there is issues, if it needs to be fully replaced, or if there's a leak and it just needs to be patched, the roof is the most expensive. So getting the 4-point and knowing the condition of the roof and all the requirements behind it is huge. Next is the AC. They'll check again the AC when it comes to the age, the condition, if it needs to be replaced, if there's been any leaks. So the AC is big because it goes through the entire home with central AC. Yes, it just stays in one part, but it goes with the air duct. So it's important because it goes all around your house. So that is a huge thing to think about. So you have to make sure that the AC is in good condition. The third is your plumbing. Now, with plumbing, again, it's under your house, the entire house, from all the sections, from your bathrooms, your showers, your tubs, your sinks. The plumbing has to work well, and it has to be certain type of piping. There was older piping called polybutane, which if you have that, you got to redo the entire plumbing, where the water would make it erode and make it leak. That type of piping is older piping, but with an inspection, you can, with the 4-point, you can know what type of pipes you have. Is it good piping? Is it new piping? Is it rusting? You don't want to have your house flooding a year after owning it. So that's why plumbing is a part of that 4-point. And last but not least is your electrical. Now, the electrical panel, it's probably the least costing to get replaced, but it's big. Your electrical is your entire house. All the lights you're turning on, everything that's working from your electric. So you want to make sure that the electrical panel is good, that it's wired properly, that it's not going to cause any damages such as like fire damage in the future. So that's why this 4-point is so important. AC, electrical, plumbing, and roofing are really the major factors of the home. Besides the structure of the home and how it's built, these are the factors that it's going to show how safe it is to live in this home. Now, with this 4-point, like I said, it is for the underwriters, for the insurance companies to see if this determines what risk factor the house is, so they can give you quotes for what you would need for the house when it comes to insurance, and if you can even be covered by insurance. That 4-point is going to say the roof has a leak, we're not going to cover this. You need to get this leak fixed before we can cover your home. You can't even close on the home without getting insurance unless you're paying for that in cash. The next thing is the buyer inspection report. Now, the buyer inspection report goes into that as well. It goes into those 4 points, but it goes into everything, literally everything. It goes into the grout, it goes into how the fascia, I mean, literally anything you can think of, the inspector literally will jot, oh, the window, it doesn't open as smoothly, it doesn't close fully. They literally go into the appliances, like the home inspector will have a whole list from the littlest things to the biggest things. They will inspect the entire home. Now, a 4-point can take about 30 minutes to an hour for an inspector, but a home inspection takes about 2 hours. They really get into the nitty-gritty and really get every single detail. Now, you want an inspector who does do this, because all this comes back into renegotiating back on the deal. So for example, let's say there's a few $1,000s worth of maintenance that needs to be done on the house, or let's just say in general the roof needs to be fixed. These are things that you can address when you're in the inspection period to get it negotiated and get either the cost down of the home, to get the owner to fix it. So that's another huge thing with that inspection period. And some of the stuff that you might have not even known. For example, there could be leaks and they could have painted over it and you had no idea there was leaks, but that inspector will go into the attic and will see those leaks. There's only so much owners can cover, but they're gonna give you that whole list. And it's even good to know, even for little stuff, that there's grout in the shower, that there's rust on the side of the water heater. This is good to know for you buying a property. You should wanna know everything that's good and bad about your home. Last but not least is the wind mitigation report, also known as the windstorm report. This is probably the most important to me for living in South Florida, because this determines how wind resistant your home is. We get, during hurricane season, a bunch of tropical storms and hurricanes that go from category 1 to category 5. So to know how wind resistant your home is very important. They go into the features such as your windows, your doors, your roof. So for your windows, do you have hurricane shutters? Is it hurricane proof? How easily will water seep into your windows? Does it seal? The same thing for your roof. Is it attached properly? Will it blow off from strong winds? Is it sealed properly? Will water come in? This wind mitigation report is so important living in South Florida. And I would always recommend for somebody to get this report. Not only that, the wind mitigation report helps reduce the cost of your insurance and your premium. Yes, this report actually does reduce the cost of your insurance. Reason being is this inspection shows the insurance company how your features drastically decrease property loss, property damage in the case of a hurricane if it does happen. You know, the safer your home is to live in, the better it is for you and the better it is for the insurance to not have to worry about insurance claims. Therefore, they give you discounts on your insurance for your premium. Now, for the wind mitigation as well, they do hit certain points. So I believe it's up to 7 points, and the more points you have, the more reduction you get on your insurance. It can go back to, do you have shutters? How is your roof attached? What style roof do you have? These few things are major factors to know how your home will weather the storm. Thank you guys for watching. If you would like to work with me personally, there's gonna be a link in the description where we can set up a 15-minute call, discuss with you about all your real estate needs, or just in general how I can help you out. If you like this, please give it a big thumbs up, comment, share, blast it. So I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you in the next video.